Virginia, here for the Martinsville Speedway for the Stampede Racing League JuicySpydr Premier Series. Tonight we have race number 7 of quarter number 1, as we're wrapping up this quarter here with the third to last race. As right tonight we have practice currently going on, but before we get to our qualifying and just wrapping up practice, we're going to pick up our 3 interviews of last week out of my error of having a Discord muted. So we'll bring in our race winner of last week of Hunter Senior, currently on the racetrack. So hope I'm not distracting you. But before we get to qualifying and everything tonight, just walk me through last week's race and be able to get the win last week, and how you're gonna prepare for tonight.
Give me 1 second. There's a wreck in front of me.
All good.
To be honest with you, like, I don't know. I mean, I know it's been a week. I still can't get over it. It's one of those things that it's kind of crazy to think about. Definitely great way to carry momentum into this weekend. This is kind of one of those tracks that I don't really see myself running up front, you know, at all tonight. But I didn't see myself running up front last week, and we ended up with a win. So it's a great way to carry momentum into this week.
You got coming off the win. We'll see how you can work tonight and maybe get up front again and maybe sneak a win away. But good luck tonight, and good luck in the rest of your practice and qualifying.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So it was Hunter Senior, our last week's winner. Their dramatic 4-wide move at the very end off of turn number 4 at Auto Club. And then we'll bring in our second place finisher. Actually, well, never mind. Josh Arnold is not in the Discord, as he is in a Discord chat yet. So no, so he's not in here yet. So currently we just got practice going on. Zach is not here as well tonight. So really just practice, just kind of going on here. About 7 minutes left in practice. It's kind of supposed to be currently on top of the board with a 18.831. Maybe a wall riding lap. He's pretty, or he's just insanely
I was
fast.
gonna say 3/10 quicker in the field. Kind of suspect here at Martinsville with such a short racetrack.
Put a little bit of Laros Chastain maybe there, and 3 and 4 are like he did, but currently Samuel Hoff in second right now with a 19.185. Pretty close lap times between these top 5 or so. I also do have a couple other names that I keep an eye out for tonight. Jacob Wilson, very good on short tracks. We've seen him here on the channel before. Very good at short tracks, very good pace. He's currently right now sitting towards the bottom of the board, but don't be surprised you see him up in the top later tonight. As Mark Kisweather actually just hopped up to P2 with a 19.105. Took a lap for that 15 machine as practice just still kind of going on, but we'll bring in our drivers during the cautions if they happen to be in Discord. But while practice is wrapping up, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for qualifying here from Martinsville. Welcome back here to Martinsville Speedway as we just starting to wrap up practice here. About 10 seconds left on the clock. Kind of supposing we'll take the practice probably with this wall riding lap there. But Mark Kissweather second there with a 19:105. So we're gonna start to get into qualifying here. Before we get there, let me introduce our great commentators tonight. Currently, tonight I'm Aaron Brown, joined alongside my co-commentator tonight of AJ Hudson and Talon Drake, and also our producer of Talon Drake tonight. So. Got a mile and a half, well, a half a mile racetrack here, and all of us have taken this racetrack, well, kind of know how to get around the short track mostly. We've done our fair share of racing here on iRacing. So what's your thoughts going tonight, Talon, really, and just how are you going to be able to, what's your strategy going in tonight, really, if you were at one of these drivers tonight?
Really, just about survival. You know, Martinsville known kind of for its wrecking a little bit here and there, especially tight corners and hard braking zones. You're bound to hit someone at some point in this race. You just gotta manage your damage and not let it be too severe and just be there at the end, really.
And I'd probably go around the same way. Just kind of keep yourself clean. You try to keep yourself clean as much as you can. It's just kind of managing that damage, putting yourself in the right spot. And I know that qualifying is very important. You want to get up at that front of the track position. It's very hard to lose. It's very hard to get the lead if you're not already up there. And really, it's normally when you're the leader, it's very hard to get past because most of the time you get a caution there. But we'll have to. I would also try and save a little bit of tires just in case we do get a little bit of a run. But AJ, what's your thoughts on that? What would your strategy be if you were one of these drivers tonight?
My strategy would be just keep my nose clean. If there's going to be a lot of wrecks, just try to avoid all you can. Be there at the end.
And I think that being there at the end is definitely going to be important. We saw that happen before in races we have broadcasted here at Martinsville. Before we kind of saw the top tier back in season 1, and Kenny Kuka was able to sneak through after Peyton Howell dominated that race. But currently we got qualifying underway. As I said, track position will be important. Nick Hapiak just stood to the top of the board with a 19.317. Now I suppose down behind the backstretch wall there. Going into the garage a little bit, but off the turn number 4.
Not sure what he was doing there.
Because 51, Jacob Wilson down the front straightaway, going into turn number 1. Gonna put it right up against that curb there, a little bit off the center. But keep in mind, Jacob Wilson definitely a great short track racer. We've seen him on the channel before. We'll see what he can do here. Currently a fast lap, a 19.641 across the line. He will go. He'll run a 6.69. That will put him. That will not be an improvement for him to there. Yes, Mark Kissweather. He's on his lap now. On his first lap, so we'll see the second lap. Typically, these tires are pretty cold. This first couple of laps, so you want to try and heat up your tires as much as you can. And your second lap's pretty much the fastest, most of the time the fastest. But off of turn 4, Mark Kissweather gonna come across the line. First lap with a 19.213.
Pole position.
That puts him to the top of the board.
What a lap.
There's Samuel Hoff. He goes really deep into the corner. That's going to cost him a little bit of time.
That was his final
right now,
lap there.
Kissweather through 3 and 4. Let's see if he can pick up on his second lap. But he's going to get loose off 4, and that's going to lose us a lot of time. Nathan Johnson on the racetrack. He was in that final lap battle there at Auto Club last week. Trying to put himself in that position again this week as he's coming off turn 4. Complete his first lap. Up through the gears. Now, shifting is definitely a way to go here. Shifting down into third gear. Just getting right on the power. His first lap there was a 19.849 to put him to 13th. We'll see if he can do it and improve. Off of turn 4, Nathan Johnson looked pretty well through 3 and 4 there. Put it all the way across the line. A 19.657. That will still put him 13th. So he's going to have to work his way through the field just like he did last week. But Nathan Johnson, not a stranger to working his way through the field. So keep an eye on that 676 machine tonight.
Yeah, only one car so far has not set a lap, as Donnie Kite in currently 17th position. Still got 5 minutes left in the session.
And interesting note, Hunter Sr. and Josh Arnold only set 1 lap. They're both sitting in pit road still, so they have some extra practice time if they needed it. But those two have not taken the clicked the ready to race or finished their laps. But Donnie Kite, the only one to not take the track yet. He's currently sitting in P17.
well up for Mark Kisswiller, 10th clear of the field, which is a pretty big margin if you compare the rest of the field. Second to about 8th place is less than a tenth. So, I mean, usually top 5 are within half a tenth to 3/4 of a tenth of each other. He really gapped the field over Nick Hapiak a tenth and 4 thousandths of a second there for Mark Kisswiller. So really great lap for him at 19.213. See if Donnie can beat this lap if he sets a lap here in the next 5 minutes or so.
They still have 5 minutes on the racetrack here, so he's got plenty of time to set his lap. And typically, it's what we typically seen all season so long so far. It's kind of waiting, and there he is. He's gonna pop up on the racetrack. Gonna come off a pit road. We'll see how aggressive he warms up these tires. Knowing that second lap will be the fastest. So try and run a little bit higher, try and collect get a little bit of heat, get that run off of turn number 4. Gonna go down the front straightaway, put it right up against that wall. Get hard on the brakes in turn number 1. Gonna try and keep it pinned on this curve, but a little bit of lock up there on the entry. That's definitely also another thing you really don't want to do tonight, is just lock up. That's something that could get you in a lot of trouble tonight, and you lock up going to someone else. You don't want to wreck someone else by locking up. But off of turn number 4, Donnie Kite, first lap, a 19.766 puts him in P14 on his first lap here. He did go a little bit wide in 3 and 4 there on that first lap, so I set up for this one. Looked really good there through 1 and 2, putting it right on that curve, but it locked up in 3 and 4, go way up the racetrack. Gonna get into the wall. Actually, to keep it out of the wall. Great save, but that will definitely be slower, and that will put him 14th tonight on the board. So we got 4 minutes on the clock. Mark Kissweather, no one else to take the track. Mark Kissweather will be on the pole for tonight with a 19.213. And Nick Hapiak will start on the front row alongside him. But meanwhile, while we have about 3.5 minutes here on the clock left in qualifying, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for our starting lineup here for Martinsville.
JuicySpydr.com, we specialize in transforming your vehicle into a work of art by revolutionizing the way you see your car with the hottest trends in sim racing. Choose from a wide range of colors, textures, finishes to promote your business and sponsors in style. Whether you're looking to add a sleek matte finish, a flashy chrome accent, or a custom design that turns heads, our designers have you covered. If you want to stand out in the crowd, visit njbdesigns.com today and let our team of professionals transform your vision into reality.
Welcome back here to Martinsville, Virginia, here at the Paperclip, or the Martinsville Speedway, any way you want to call it. But currently rolling off here for the Stampede Racing League, race number 7 of the quarter. As just saw Mark Kissweather take the pole. Before we get underway, let's take a quick look at our grid for tonight's race, 200 lap race here tonight. So as we just saw, Mark Kissweather on the top of the board with a 19.213 alongside the 06 of Capiak. Jack Trevino will start P3 behind Kissweather. Alongside him will be the 05 of Brock Morris. Samuel Hoff will start P number 5. Jared Skinner will start alongside him in 6. Noah Blackwell will start 7th. Hunter Sr. will start 8th. Alexi Vigilant will start 9th, and Jacob Wilson of the 51 machine will round out the top 10. Connor Sposian of the 10 machine will start 11th. The Ruben Rodas will start 12th. Nathan Johnson will start 13th. Donnie Kite in the 2 machine will start 14th. Nathan Fryer round out our top 15. 16th will be the 38 of Peter Fryer, and rounding out our 17 car field tonight will be the 22 machine of Josh Arnold. As we're coming to 1 degree this time by, as we'll Mark Kissweather will get on the loud pedal soon in that Geico research zone. Now, it is used to, kind of back in the day here in iRacing, the restart zone was anywhere between that pace car went off there in the middle of 3 and 4. That changed a lot of things, and now the restart zone on the front straightaway, when they added those on iRacing, that was definitely a big change. You just gotta be patient on getting in that restart zone, and that could be a detriment for some of these drivers tonight. You just being patient going through that restart zone. We'll have to keep an eye on that tonight, as everyone will have to wait for the green flag to come out from the starters. So keep in mind, there could be a little bit of incidents on this start here, so just keep an eye on any impatience, as Martinsville can have some tempers flare. The pace car is off onto pit road. Mark Kissweather, Nick Cappy are going to lead him to green, as off of turn number 4. We're going to get into the Geico research zone, and we are underway here for Martinsville.
Nice to move into 1 for all these drivers so far.
Everyone clean into 1. It's Nick Cappy. Not a great start on the outside lane there. Will be stuck side by side with Samuel Hoff. He'll be able to slot into 4th. They're still side by side for 5th there between Blackwell and Morris. Morris on the outside lane. The outside can kind of be useful if you're in the back. Contact! Skinner going to go up the racetrack. So they're going to get used up the racetrack, up in the marbles. That could be a little dangerous, as the marbles could get you tight and understeer up into the wall, and that's not what you want to be. Skinner around. He's going to back it out of the outside wall there in the middle of 3 and 4. He's going to single car spin. That will bring out our first caution of the night, as luckily everyone else was able to avoid. But Jared Skinner going to just got a little bit loose going into 3 and 4. I think just kind of got a little bit of transition. He looked entered a little bit high there in 3 and 4. He kind of entered above that concrete patch there and just lost the back end, getting down on the shifts. There's the turn 1 incident.
I think there's
that impatience there. Impatience might have been a key.
A little bit of lockup there from the 95 going into 1, but there's Skinner, I think, just shifted down, just kind of offline, got up into the marbles and spun it out. Everyone able to avoid. Oh, you do have, of course, stop there, Vigilant, on the front straightaway. So we'll actually
resets.
The resets. So
interesting there. But I think the marbles in turn 1 and 2, after being sent way up top, might have been a little dirty tires there, and on the entry turn 3 and 4 they weren't really cleaned up too well, which kind of got him loose also.
That's definitely what hurt him on that second one. That first one looked more like impatience, just trying to get positions when they could, cause a stack up.
And that tends to happen a lot here at Martinsville, but there is Vigilant. He's actually getting back into line, so just blinked out there for a second. Thought he reset, but he's going to slot back in line around 7th or 8th where he was running. But we'll be coming to 1 in the green this time by. But Mark Kissweather holds the lead on the start. Zachary Trevino, they'll be in 2nd on this restart, so he's going to have to do a little bit of hold it a little bit better on the outside lane there, as he was able to have the beneficiary of the inside. Capiak not really having a good start. It's the inside definitely the preferred lane on the restarts and everywhere around this racetrack, but if the inside stacking up a little bit, as we kind of saw there, it's just a little bit of impatience. They all stack up, someone locks up, stacks with that inside. The outside lane could be a kind of useful. You gotta pin them down, try and get the nose out in front. You could maybe force your way down and find a hole, but now we're gonna line back up. Kissweather gonna be on line up on the bottom. Trevino will line up second, and Samuel Hoff will line up in that third place position. We'll see where these guys, we'll see what these drivers can do on this restart. Basically, we're going to take the hard left turn onto pit road. The second time tonight, as we're going to restart here, coming to lap number 7 as JuicySpydr in Trevino on the front row. And back of the restart zone, we're back underway here from Martinsville.
Great start from JuicySpydr. Close the outside lane in turn 1 and 2.
A good start for Hoff and Trevino on the outside lane. You're going to be side by side for second now. As Hoff's going to try and use the inside lane to his advantage. Going to put it right up against that curb. Going to be side by side off of turn number 4. Going to be side by side. A little bit of contact there. Down into 1 and 2. Hoff on the bottom. Going to be able to almost clear. But Trevino going to use the outside run. So he's fighting hard on the outside lane. Going to get cleared off of turn 4 there as Hoff moves up into second.
Ooh, contact. Oh, go around goes.
Oh.
Argenti.
Yeah, Vigent goes around off of turn number 4. Looks like not bad damage for everyone involved there. Did get a little bit of, maybe could have got a little bit of help off of turn 4, but these cars do get pretty loose. The rear end loves to slip out off of the corner. There's Donnie Kite and Connor Bosian side by side behind the 95. So Bosian's gonna get in deep, gonna get right close to that Vigent, but Vigent, I think just kind of lazy spin off of turn number 4. Oh, and a little overcorrect as well, right up in front of Kite. So a little bit of hit there for Donnie Kite. Donnie Kite just kind of nowhere to go.
Donnie Kite has some pretty significant damage on that right front side of his bumper there. Not too worried about that at track like Martinsville, but Vigent, I'm pretty sure he was already up to 9th place actually on that restart. So he made up a lot of positions after being involved in the first incident. He was around, I think he restarted maybe last place actually on that restart.
Yeah, Donnie Kite actually will come down pit road and get that damage fixed and repaired, as he was already towards the back of the field, so no harm, no foul really. But he's going to try and get that a little bit of damage fixed. But he was the only driver down pit road, as everyone else staying kind of calm, as we really only 2 incidents and just kind of really self spins. No one making really contact with anybody else that causes it caution, but. Because they're holding the front so far, so good. But Nick Kapiak, another driver that seemed to be struggling on the restarts tonight. He started second, and restarted 4th there, and he's fallen back to 5th. So Kapiak will have to try and work his way up a little bit more, as he's going to restart 5th here. So have the inside lane to his advantage. Just how important is that? And mainly, I know the inside lane is a little bit important, but Dallin, what's your inside? What lane do you know? How important really is that inside, from your perspective?
I mean, it's pretty much crucial on these restarts. I feel like, I mean, we've seen multiple times tonight. We've only had 2 restarts though tonight, but I think just it's so important to get to that inside. I mean, it's almost impossible to pass and stay up to the top side and make a move on the outside lane, but. We'll see if the tires start to wear. Maybe you can pinch the guy on the inside, maybe. But even then, I mean, with the shifting, down in the gears, it's just so valuable to be on the inside lane. You can move the guy up on the outside and make him get a bad exit also.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, I mentioned the outside lane can happen. And it's just a lot of pinning and a lot of patience of trying to work on the outside. And it also could lead into a mistake, because one driver driving the inside locks up, moves you up the racetrack, and you lose everything you just gained trying to work on the outside. But pace car is off. We're going to get back to the restart. JuicySpydr and Hoff on the front row. Back underway here. As JuicySpydr going to get off to a good restart. He's going to clear Hoff going to 1, but Trevino's got the nose on Hoff going into 1 and 2.
Pretty much a repeat of last restart there, but now Hoff on the outside lane. Trying to defend now for that 2nd place spot.
So they're able to do it on the outside there. Hoff still holding his door. Trevino's going to clear going down into 1. We'll see if Hoff tries to do a little bit of crossover off the corner, but they're just going to settle out there. But they're side by side here between Blackwell and Morris, as Blackwell's going to slot back in line. As Hoff's going to lock up, go way wide. He's going to keep it out of the wall, but he's going to lose a lot of spots to merge back side by side with Connor Bosian. Big mistake there for Morris, and that shows you how big of a lockup can really mess you up here.
And he's
Oh,
gonna
he's
get
gonna get
turned.
contact, but Johnson is gonna ram off a turn 2.
Oh,
Hard hitting outside wall there. Might be a toe
good
link.
hit there.
Looks like
Could be heavy damage. Mostly looks okay. Not a whole lot of body damage there on that 05 machine, but that will be our 3rd caution of the night.
and just all turn 3 and 4. I mean, you've seen one corner. One bad corner can really cause a lot of damage for you if you make a mistake.
Yeah, see, this all started with his lockup there in 3 and 4, and he just locked up, be side by side with Samosian. He's got Johnson's inside. Johnson just slightly oversteps it and just gets him sideways. It turns hard, hit pancakes that left side wall, left side on the outside wall. So Morris can have pretty heavy wheel damage there. He is down pit road to come down and fix it. Donnie Kite as well. I think he's got a little bit of front end damage just to fix up a little bit more. But we'll see how bad that 05 machine of Brock Morris is there. He will come down pit road and try and fix that damage. He's going to move all the way to the back, but so far everyone is still in the race. It's still running, so luckily not major incidents so far to take people out of the race.
Yeah, I mean, at a track like Martinsville, you kind of expect some sort of pile up, traffic blocks sometimes, but I mean, we've seen just kind of single car spins and nothing too crazy. Just like I said, one mistake really costs. I mean, that's what we've seen so far tonight. Just one little mistake, a half lap before, and you're in a bad spot, bad positioning, and it costs you a lot of time and a lot of time down pit lane sometimes even, like for Morris and Kite there.
Yeah, Morris does have a little bit of I can see that like right on the very rear there. He's got a little bit of a left rear damage. Just so see it there. The spoiler kind of poking out a little bit. He's coming down to fix it again. He did take tires there after that spin, so he's gonna stay out again. So hopefully it's not too bad of wheel damage. So it's only a little bit of aero damage. It should be all right. It's not kind of run around with damage here at Martinsville, not really affecting too much. But so we are taking to 1 to go signal here. Just 20 laps into this race. So you only have 30 laps to the stage, to the end of the stage, so that also could be a factor as well. You see some drivers maybe towards the back try and pit and flip the stage. We'll have to see how that plays out here in a little bit. Get a little bit of cautions to get some more cautions. But JuicySpydr on the front row as Trevino and Hoff will be second and third. Flip flop again as the pace car off down pit road, off of turn 4, back in the restart zone. We're back underway here. As JuicySpydr off once again to a great restart as Trevino actually to clear Hoff going down the 1. Hoff making into him, set him up the racetrack just a little bit, but they're gonna stay single file, but side by side for third now, well fourth now between Hapiak and Blackwell, but Hapiak clears for there. Now it's Sabosian and Wilson side by side for 6th.
The single file out here in the front straightaway in the top.
Oh, and a car around
turn.
the back. Nathan Fryer goes around. There's gonna be Brock collect Brock Morris. There's no caution yet. As Brock Morris going to keep going. Don't know how that was not a caution. Racing a little slow on that one, but Brock Morris more damage and compounding.
Oh, it's
damage.
spinning around.
Unfortunate.
Another spin.
As Trevino spins from second, that's big there. As Trevino had great track position. That's going to send him backwards, but
Got loose off of turn 4, I believe.
shockingly, that caution, that was not a caution with Brock Morris. He was sideways, stopped on the racetrack. Don't know why.
Oh, Huff may have got into him there on the exit, actually. It is going
Keep
to
an
be
eye on here
close.
with Trevino. So Trevino a little wide off the exit.
Nope,
just
just
get a
lost
little
it.
bit loose. Yeah, a little loose. And Hoff, barely missed a great avoidance there from Samuel Hoff. Trevino just got himself spin off at turn 4.
Go back to the Morris incident there. It's on the restarts.
And Nathan Fryer is outside, right in front of him. Brock Morris is kind of uncollected here. As Vigian and Fryer side by side. Nathan Fryer up the racetrack. Just go off at turn 4, just loses the back end, and just spins right in front of Morris, and Morris is turned back up the racetrack sideways, stopped right at the start finish line. Surprisingly, that wasn't a caution. He did have the that machine right there.
Peter Fryer.
That is Peter Fryer. Yeah, so Peter Fryer stopped coming right through. So I don't know why iRacing did not trigger the caution there, but did have the caution for Zachary Trevino 1 lap later, self-spinning off of turn number 4. So that moves Samuel Hoff to P number 2, but Nick Capiak back up to P3. So Capiak, he had some speed, so we'll see if he has anything for Mark Kissweather, if he can get a good restart here. But Kissweather's been perfect on these restarts so far tonight.
Yeah, I wonder if them cold tires have anything to do with these self-spins. Not getting enough laps in green-wise. We've had 4 yellows in 25 laps.
Yeah, so far it's just been turn 4, exit of turn 4, a lot of self-spins there. And I mean, I don't know, like with the shifting, with the higher RPMs off the exits of the corners with the cold tires, not really getting the rears heated up yet. I mean, I think the longest green flag run we've had was probably 3 laps, which really isn't enough time to warm up these tires yet.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's just cold tires and shifting coming off of 4. You're gonna have that.
I think just and these cars, they have a lot of power under them. Just getting right up in the high RPM is just shifting into third and just wheels, a lot of wheel spin, and just the back end really loves to come around. It's just the next gen is feels kind of a little floaty here sometimes, and just kind of feel the back end kind of kick out, want to kind of kick out, but then it just kind of kicks out on you out of nowhere. It's very hard to tell, and also the curve really makes that as well. So if someone gets on the curve tonight, that could end up in a self-spin. The pace car off once again, and we're going to be back underway here for Martinsville. So if Kissweather can get a great restart, and he will.
Hoff, I think spun tires.
Be side by side.
On tires there, big time by Hoff.
Yeah, it's
not allowed Nick
real
Capiak
loose.
to go to the inside there.
Well, Hoff might be able to clear off a turn 2, and he almost is. Yes, he will slot inside. But he overshoots the corner just a little bit. But he should be fine off turn 4. He'll clear for second over Nick Capiak. That's weird. A spin off the back right there. Caution is out.
Yellow again.
Goes around the 95 machine. 95 machine, Alex Vincian.
Third time he's gone around today, or tonight.
Yeah, struggling there, but we'll see if he can get anything help. No, as I mentioned it, the curve, a little bit of commentator's post there, got on the curve off of turn number 4, that spun him around, and that brings out our 5th caution of the night.
Yeah, one thing you don't want to do at Martinsville is hit that curve on the inside line. Either going to shoot you up.
Was there contact there?
I don't believe there was.
Or was it just the curve?
A little bit of I think he got into the car on the outside there just after hitting the curb, but Jared Skinner will come down pit road. Nick Capiak as well. Interesting move pitting from up front, so we could try the flipping the stage. It is kind of early.
I mean,
they did have the fuel number was 125 laps, which that's obviously going green the whole way, and that's a low chance that happens, but you could pit at the end of the stage 1 and save enough fuel with enough cautions, but that's a lot of saving fuel on a yellow pitting this early.
yeah, I mean, we're only 30 laps into this one, 20 laps to go for the stage end. I mean, depending on the track position, I mean, it seems like track position has been super, super important here tonight. I mean, as long as you don't make a mistake like Kissweather and Hoff, you're gonna be out front pretty much all night long. But you never know when a mistake might happen around you. We've seen drivers like Brock Morris just kind of get involved with other people's mistakes. He made a mistake earlier, then he kind of got involved in a few other people's mistakes, and kind of just like snowball effect. Once you are in the back, you just can't really avoid other people at sometimes.
It's very hard to move up through the field. It's like you said, just around other drivers and other people making mistakes around you. It's just you kind of get just stuck in a hole back there, and then you try to move up, especially when you try to move up and you get a little bit of damage and kind of move to the back pit anyways, try to fix it. And it just kind of keeps happening over and over again, and you just kind of try to avoid that damage. And even if you do get a little bit of damage, you really want to pit for it, even if you're in the back. But we'll have to see if anyone can move up. As Brock Morris, he's been in a couple of incidents tonight. I think he's probably got the worst damage out of everyone that's been in the incident. He's currently sitting 12th, and he's trying to work his way back up as he started 4th tonight. But Mark Kissweather and Samuel Hoff on the front row, as Noah Blackwell will line up 3rd. He's up into the top 3. As pace car is off, back into the restart zone, and Kissweather going to get on the loud pedal, get a great restart once again, but Blackwell going to do side by side with Hoff as they enter 1.
He's been so good on those restarts every time. That's just where he's good at it. Hoff was not as good that time.
We already got caution off the racetrack. There, believe maybe a car around in
Peter
towards the
Fryer
back,
stuck.
but Peter Fryer stuck there on the
Wow. On the
get it
wall, maybe?
rolling. The
He will
reset.
reset, yep.
Stuck fully on the curb. That's what happened there. Ran a 1.
Right in front of Jared, scaring Nick Outback. Just what I was talking about. The risk of pitting. Yeah, just a self spin over shot turn 1 into the marbles.
Great
maybe.
avoidance there. Yeah, just got on the curb, trying to get out of the way. Just stuck on the curb. Just kind of an uneven surface down there, right on the curb. It's kind of like a ditch, and the water kind of like a drains in the apron there, and it's very easy to get stuck on that curb like that. And I think he had reset, so that will put him back in 17th. So that is our 6th caution of the night.
I mean, right now, I mean, the strategy I would be using is just stay out front no matter what. I mean, you have to pay at least once in this race so you can make it on fuel, most likely. But, I mean, at this point, as long as you're in the top 5, and no one hits you in the back, you're looking like a pretty good shot at staying in the top 5 for now.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that.
And especially, I mean, and also another thing tonight, if you're gonna want to get this race win and get a really good finish up front, I think you're gonna have to beat Kissweather on a restart. Gonna have to get a long enough a run, and that's what I mentioned. There's just how track position is very important, and we've seen it so far tonight. Just can't go longer than 3 or 4 laps, and no one really has anything for Kissweather. And just even if someone was faster, just don't have enough time to set up a move cleanly. And I mean, right now you have a lot of time, but if someone is faster and desperate enough, when push comes to shove late in this final 5 to 10 laps, someone's gonna get moved out the way, and some tempers will flare very late, and you can see a lot of bump and pushing and shoving late in this race.
Yeah, I think right now the top 5 not gonna be too aggressive because they know you don't want to get sent to the back at this point. I mean, we haven't really seen a wreck up front except second place spinning around. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're early on, but I mean, really nothing too chaotic up front yet.
Everything has mostly been clean and green up front, but Kissweather on the front, on the lead again. He's gonna get a great restart once again on cue as Samuel Hoff and Noah Blackwell will trade spots in 2nd and 3rd again. Can one of them prevail on the outside? See if Blackwell on the outside gonna go run off of turn number 2, gonna stay even with Hoff as he goes down the back straightaway. Down into turn 3. See if Hoff can hold the bottom very well, but no, Blackwell gonna go around off of turn 4. He's gonna collect Nathan Johnson. Nathan Johnson on 2 wheels. That's our biggest one tonight. There's multiple cars involved. Josh Arnold, Noah Blackwell, and Nathan Johnson all of them there. Maybe Brock Morris, maybe an extra piece of it. Looks like a little bit more damage on that right front. As Noah Blackwell goes around off turn number 4, and I think that was just a little bit of excitement, just a little bit of impatience coming off of turn 4, trying to stay alongside Hoff there.
Yeah, that's kind of a little mini parking lot I was talking about here in Martinsville. I mean, this has to be like the 5th or 6th time we've seen a self spin off of turn 4. I mean, 4 or 5 drivers involved there.
Those spins off of 4, I think, have to do with shifting. They're just shifting off of 4 and losing it. And I think that high side, there's nothing really there right now but the marbles. So that's not. I feel like that's a huge.
Yeah, let's go on board Blackwell and see what he kind of happened off turn 4. Yeah, he's in 3rd gear. I mean, once he gasses it up, there's no grip underneath him. I mean, there's just nothing.
And Hunter, he backed into Noah Johnson there and Nathan Johnson there, and Nathan Johnson on 2 wheels, huge damage. I would think Josh Arnold got a little bit of piece of that as well as Nathan Johnson, but I think he's mostly okay. But Nathan Johnson could be lucky at walking away maybe with no wheel damage there, but almost slipped it over, as that would have been very rare in Martinsville. So Blackwell, he's going to come down pit road, get his damage fixed. He didn't get a huge bunch. It didn't look like maybe that big hit with Nathan Johnson maybe could have damaged the wheels, but it doesn't look too bad on the right side of the car. And the back end either, as he did get the back end with the wall. So far, stage 1 been caution filled, and Mark Kissweather's led every single lap. So you're gonna take the 1 to go signal once again. We'll see if anyone has anything for Mark Kissweather out in front. But another thing we didn't mention going into the night, but Josh Arnold getting in that incident, he's staying out in 5th. He is the points leader at 28 points over Jared Skinner. These extra stage points could help him win this quarter championship. Still have to see Brock Morris sitting there in 3rd in the points as well, so they're looking for a lot of points, especially the stage will definitely help. But pace car is off, back underway here for Martinsville as Mark Kissweather, great restart once again. And Samuel Hoff is fully clear for 3rd, fully clear for 2nd, so Hoff slots in quickly, but side by side for 3rd between Sabosian and Jacob Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson making his way through up the field now.
Been so on point with those restarts, no one can keep up with him. Maybe on a green flag run they can try to get him, but I don't think anyone's getting him on restarts tonight.
Of course, got the wall there off of turn 4, almost a little bit of contact here with Trevino in that 55 of Ruben Rodas as Trevino's trying to work his way back up after his self-spin off of turn 4. Trying to set him up through the center of the corner, carrying 4 center speed, trying to get the nose off the exit. Gotta be a little bit careful trying to cut under someone as you could have a little bit too much wheel into it. You kind of spin yourself around, but Trevino clear for that position. He's gonna move up into 6th. As Ruben Rodas tries to cross him back over, but not gonna be enough.
But Trevino, he had that self spin off of turn 4 in 2nd place. He's working his way back up through the field now. So it is possible to make your way through the field. Maybe helps when there's a few cautions in front of you and a few drivers wrecking in front. But still, I mean, Nick Hapiak up to 8th place now. I mean, it's definitely possible to make your way up through the field. But this is probably the longest green flag run we've had all night long.
Yeah, it has been. It's going to come to an end here in about 4 more laps as Kissweather holds the race lead. A little bit wider through the corner, not really holding that curve, so he's carrying more speed just a little bit higher as he's holding similar pace right now with Samuel Hoff. As Samuel Hoff trying to chase him down, trying to get that stage win. But Samuel Hoff currently right now a couple tenths slower than Mark Kissweather, but the caution's out again, as that will definitely be
Ruben Rodas, Johnny
number 1.
Kite, Nick Hapiak involved there. So 3 drivers that we see are involved there. We'll see what happens in turn 3 and 4. A little further behind maybe? No, Nick contact. Ruben Rodas kind of just sent Nick Hapiak there in turn 3 and 4. And Donnie Kite not getting any damage there. Avoids that one.
Just a little bit off of turn number 2 here as you had Rodas on the outside on board here. So they're trying to get into Nick Hapiak, trying to get to the inside, and Nick Hapiak goes around. Huge hit there. That's going to be a lot of damage to both of those machines.
Yeah, terrible angle to get hit at there for Nick Hapiak. Could have some left rear damage, right rear damage on that. Wheel damage even. I mean, he doesn't have a meatball flag, but still, I mean, just getting hit right in that angle is a very not great thing right there.
But keep in mind here, this could be a big importance here as the stage kind of over. As they're just gonna say, I think the stage does end at lap 50 no matter what. But for Josh Arnold, he's gonna sacrifice his stage points. I believe he's gonna come down pit road. His pit stops under caution can be a big change in the track position. And if Josh Arnold stays out next caution as some of these drivers come down up front, that could put him up front in a great spot for track position. You'll see a flip of the stage here, but lap 50 here, this will end the stage this time by, so Mark Kissweather will pick up the stage win when he crosses the line under caution.
Be curious to see if the leaders come down here this time or not.
Pit road's already closed. I'll actually take the 1 to go signal this time by, so I'll restart.
I missed that one.
The closed lights were on, so red lights were flashing on pit entry, so it'll be the 1 to go signal for Mark Kissweather. So we'll get a restart one more time on the front row, but next caution, some of these drivers up front, they come down pit road.
Yeah, Mark Kissweather winning that stage there. He's right now sitting 4th in points, 46 back from Josh Arnold. So that stage pretty important there for him. Gonna be
Right now, the pace car is take that hard left turn onto pit road. Mark Kissweather picking up the stage win off of turn number 4. Going to get back on the loud pedal as they reach the restart zone. And another great restart for that 15 machine. Been perfect all night long. The Hoff a little wiggle there. That could be something, as he did get down early, but the caution already out again.
Nathan Fryer slow, Hunter Senior slow, and 1 and 2. Not sure if they're the cause of incident there, but we can take a look. Looks like
Nathan Fryer involved
around, and Brock Morris.
Brock Morris, I think.
As happens off the restart. A little check up there in the back. So yeah, I mean, ooh, hard hit there for Noah Blackwell. As again, Brock Morris getting pretty much beaten in the back grid now. I think this is maybe his 3rd incident now already after his first one early on in this race.
It's just unfortunate. He's kind of a magnet out there. Just every wreck seems to be finding him. It's I bet he's just kind of fed up with it a little bit at this point. He's just hoping just to stop wrecking into me. But we'll see if he can bounce back. He is actually 1 lap down.
He might be out of the session. Looks like he's grayed out. Not in pit lane either.
Yeah, so he did actually just disconnect. So Brock Morris done for the night. We were going to bring in our stage winner of Mark Kissweather, but he is not in the Discord for an interview. So kind of interesting because, I mean, first of all, I want to ask him how well he can keep this lead and just getting such a good restart compared to everyone else. And it's just so good on the restarts, and we've kind of seen him before. Every time he got the lead, in other leagues we've broadcast here on the channel and the other shows, that we're able to, he's just so good on the restarts, and no one's been able to top that. So it's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be hard to top him. But also keep in mind, it might have to come down pit road soon. I mean, 125 laps on fuel under green. We did have a lot of cautions, but can they save 75 laps under caution? Might need a little bit too much. He can't have too much green flag running, but we'll have to see. Also, new tires. Josh Arnold in the back. He'll see if he can work his way up on fresh tires. I believe he did take 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel. But last time he came down pit road, but Marquez was unstoppable when he starts tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Martinsville, pretty much, it's a pretty good advantage for the race leader, kind of like a Phoenix type situation, the dog leg. But I mean, we'll see if anyone can do anything here. Hoff has been really good on the restarts too. He's been slowing down on the inside really quick, so we'll see if he does it here again.
The pace car is off, back underway here.
And yet another great restart.
Yeah, just as you saw there for the blue shot, just how much he gets ahead, but Jacob Wilson slotting in 3rd, a little bit wiggling from the back from everyone else.
Yeah, Jared Skinner pretty much cut the course there, used the curbing. Half his car was on the curb there, but now side by side for 3rd, Wilson and Sabosian on the top side. Behind him, Zachary Trevino.
Trevino coming back from his self-spin off of turn number 4. He's working his way up through the field. He's actually able to use the outside to advantage. He pulled alongside Jacob Wilson, side by side down into
clear
3, and he's going to clear, and now he's up to 4th, but Samuel Hoff, he's not leaving Kissweather's bumper, but now Kissweather able to kind of pull the way off of turn 4 there, up in the front, but everyone's single file. He's trying to settle in it now, maybe get a little bit of a run going.
Yeah, we'll see who has the better long run speed. We have no idea who has a good long run speed here tonight. I mean, we presume Kissweather is pretty good in the long run. He's been pretty good in the long run in other leagues that we broadcasted. So, I mean, good short run and long run speed maybe for Mark Kissweather there. But I mean, you really don't know until it happens. So we'll see. But Hoff is hanging on strong. He's within 3/10 of a race leader right now.
Hoff definitely is hanging on there. He's not going to let him go without a fight, it looks like.
Yeah, just when they're starting to pull away a little bit, but now we're settling in, and this is where the long run can happen. and like you said, a long run can happen here in Martinsville. And as soon as I was saying that, kind of spoke the caution into existence, kind of back out on the racetrack.
Slow, maybe Josh Arnold slow. Could be the cause of caution. I think it was Jared Skinner up ahead. Yeah, Skinner overshoots turn 3 and 4. Kind of half spins it.
Yeah, just
surprisingly, that was a caution.
He was able to keep going there, but that does bring out the caution. And as soon as I was starting this talk about the long run and how the tires can start to wear, just the brakes and locking up, your front tires can go like that. And now we're going to get back under the caution, back behind the iRacing pace car. So couldn't really settle in there as momentum. Definitely a big thing here in Martinsville. You gotta mess up one corner, kind of a chain of messing up, and just momentum there. Definitely a very big importance, and that could gain you a lot of time. And also, we could get some lap traffic if they caught some lap traffic really late into a run. But we'll have to see. But that was, I think, almost the longest run of the night there. But
as Nick Hapiat comes on pit lane once again. He has some right front damage, but I mean, he pit earlier on in the round lap. I think it was like 30 or so, 25, 30, about halfway through the first stage. So interesting to note here. Maybe just going to the back, fixing some of his damage.
all right, yeah, but Hapiak fixing his damage, but right now Mark Kissweather has held the lead all night long so far on the pace car. Samuel Hoff is there in second, Samosian's up to third, but Trevino, he's worked his way up to fourth. He's able to make his way cleanly through the field. So keep an eye on Trevino. He's able to work his way through the field. If he's in a long enough run, maybe he might be something for Mark Kissweather. All right, now, I mean, this is going to be all about managing these restarts perfectly and getting a good enough restart to just maybe try and match Kissweather.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what really different Kissweather's doing. I mean, the inside lane does have the advantage, but I mean, he's getting a huge jump on the rest of the field, almost 3-4 car lengths into turn 1, which is pretty much unheard of at any other racetrack.
And here we go, once again on the restart, off to a great restart. Just there's the gap, how much of a gap he gets right on the start. Is everyone going to be double file going into the corner to try and keep it together?
Honestly, it just looks like he's starting in a lower gear than everyone else. I mean, his launch is just different than everyone. Even Hoff just doesn't go on these restarts compared to him, even when he gets on the gas. So, I mean, I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's doing something different than the rest of the field.
I wonder if he's starting in first gear and most others are starting in
Zabosian sends it through 3 and 4. He saves it, but he's going to lose a lot of time.
Great save. That's going to cost him a lot of time. This smokes the tires up, so that's going to really heat up his tires. He's going to try and get back in line. Right now, Zabosian still side by side with Blackwell. Blackwell falls back in line as 95 Vigian. He's got Jared Skinner to the inside. Side by side right behind Noah Blackwell. This Vigian losing it a little bit on the outside lane. He's going to fall back behind Skinner as they slot back in line. As now we single file out through the field. Good settle in for a little bit of a run now. But keeping it, but back to the race lead. Kissweather a little bit high off of turn 4. It allows Hoff to close right there.
Hooks the apron.
Going to go shallow. Yeah, he went very shallow going into 1 and very defensive, but he's going to actually be able to pull away a little bit from Hoff there, but Hoff not letting him go. He's staying close, but the caution back out again.
Yeah, he clipped the curbing there, which I thought he was going to shoot up the racetrack a lot more than that, but not sure what brought out the caution there. We'll look here if it was in the mid-pack or so. No, there was one Nathan Fryer around in the 15th. Just clipped the curb and self-spun around right from the Capiac. I mean, it's this car at Martinsville is so difficult to drive. It seems like. I mean, it's how the handle is. Everyone coming out
we
the lane.
just see that caution. Mark Kissweather down pit road sacrifices the race lead. This could be a game changer as he's going to take the opportunity. He knows he can't make it on fuel, so he's going to take the fuel now. Trevino followed him, but Samuel Hoff stays out on the racetrack. Jacob Wilson as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, and that will promote Samuel Hoff to the race lead and Jacob Wilson up to second. So these two, Trevino pitting from about fourth and Mark Kissweather pitting from the lead. So this could be dangerous for Mark Kissweather. He's have to work his way through the field quickly, trying to work his way back up to that race lead. He is going to take tires. We'll see how well he can work through that.
Yeah, Kissweather really good in clean air, but how good is he in traffic? How long is it going to take him to get back up front? That's passing his stuff here.
I mean, he had to pit at least one time in this race, so I mean, it was bound to happen at least once. Every restarting in 10th place, so I mean, we've seen drivers be able to make their way through the field, but you never know what incident you may be involved in that mid-pack. It's been pretty hectic outside the top 3 pretty much.
Yeah, and the top 3 seem to be the most safest out on the racetrack, but we'll have to see. But Samuel Hoff, the race leader, elected to take the outside lane. So that's an interesting call. We'll see what he can do up there, but interesting call from Samuel Hoff. And maybe he just knows he's restarted second pretty much a lot tonight, and maybe we'll have to see how Hoff can use the outside lane as his advantage. As the control car, maybe it feels a little bit better, maybe grip up there, get the run off into the corner. We'll have to see, but Jacob Wilson, what can he do on the bottom? He'll have the preferred lane, restarting second, but if he can get a good enough jump here, see what that 51 of Jacob Wilson can do. But off of turn 4, Sammy Hoff, the first driver other than Mark Kissweather to take the lead. He's going to take the lead. He's going to get a great restart just like Kissweather has done all night long.
Wilson second behind. He's been quick so far tonight. Not the best qualifying position for him, but he's up to second in the race, so his race speed looking pretty good so far. 75 laps into this one. Ooh, contact in the back there. Ruben Rodas locking his brakes up big time in turn 3.
Yeah, but keep an eye on Mark Kissweather. He's going to work his way through the field. He's going to look to the inside of Hunter Sr. He can get back up to the race lead. What can he have for Samuel Hoff? He's side by side with Hunter Sr. As everyone else in front is staying single file, so Hunter Sr. going to be have Mark Kissweather's inside as Alexi Vigian hops up off of turn 4. It's going to be kind of a roadblock there for Mark Kissweather. He has Rodas to his inside, but Vigian way up the racetrack, all up into the marbles off of the corner. Same with Rodas, and Mark Kissweather slips through and passes both of them. He's already up to the top 5.
Yep, Kissweather already up to 5th place, making moves early on in this run with those new tires. The top 3 have not pitted up for tires at all, as Samuel Hoff has pulled away from Jacob Wilson to about a second gap between him and that 51 machine.
So they're definitely doing better in traffic than I thought he would. I know on the fresh tires, but
yeah, that's also another thing. Fresh tires can be a big difference here, especially if we get a little bit of a long run, and we're kind of getting one now. We're getting a decent run. Oh, he's gonna get into Skinner, going into 3. He's gonna send him really sideways.
As Wilson gets in the wall
also
too.
had the same thing too. But Jared Skinner, great save. But Mark Kissweather moves up to 3rd as Wilson and Skinner both having.
There's a 3 wide into turn 1.
what is that?
As there they go around. Oh, car flipping.
Down. It goes up and over. And the outside wall on his roof. Alexi Vigian flipping at Martinsville. What caused that to happen?
We're not even halfway through this one. And we just a car flipping over at Martinsville. Wow.
Common at Martinsville.
Let's just go all the way back pretty much a lap earlier. So Jacob Wilson did the same thing entering turn 3 and 4. I think he just locked up and maybe just overshot the corner. Maybe Sabozin got into him there. I'm not sure, but this is a lap before entering turn 3 and 4. Kind of what started the whole thing, honestly. Yeah, Wilson's locked up big time. Skinner, I think, got sent by Kissweather. He saves it, keeps it off the outside wall.
Oh,
It's
big
hit from
checkup
behind.
senior got in there, and it just checked up the entire field, but down in 3. This is down into 1 and 2. This is what causes the problem.
Arnold got into
Senior get a little bit of contact with Arnold. It pops by Vigier, and Vigier goes up and over. And just wow, it's just up on his roof, and he is disconnected from the session. So that will be our third DNF, actually our fourth DNF of the night, as Nathan Pryor is 9 laps down. So we're down to 13 cars here tonight, but Samuel Hoff holds lead. But Mark Kissweather up to third. We'll see what he can do on this restart and maybe try and get by Samuel Hoff.
I think Kissweather would definitely get past Samuel Hoff here, as he's so good on restart, so he could make a really aggressive move.
Yeah, could try anything. He's looked pretty patient going through the field, but I think he just got into Jed Skinner there, trying to get by into 4th. Maybe just kind of an honest mistake. Didn't look like anything was of aggression, and it just got in deep, and it just sent the Skinner around. But a great save from Skinner. But it's just unfortunate that kind of caused an incident towards the back. But Samuel Hoff actually taking the outside, so this could be a strategic move here from Samuel Hoff, as that gives the control car to the outside, and that could slow up the inside lane a little bit. You don't want to give Mark Kissweather a free shot at you going into 1. This could be a strategic move from Hoff. Maybe that's why he kind of took the outside lane that previous restart, but trying to get a feel for it, see how that third place car kind of launched. But we'll see what Hoff can do on this restart if Sabosian can stay alongside. But off of turn 4, gonna restart back underway here from Martinsville, and Hoff also a great restart once again. Sabosian takes the 2nd place spot cleanly, but Martin Kissweather going to try and clear for 3rd. He's got Jacob Wilson to his outside. Off of turn 4, it's going to be side by side for 4th now between Wilson and Trevino, as Trevino trying to work his way back up through the field. 2 slots into 4th, and a clears Wilson there.
Yes, 3.
Definitely expected Kissweather to be a lot better on that restart. Might be trying to save at this point because he knows Hoff still has to pit as well.
Yeah, Hoff, well, it's going to be close on that fuel number because it depends on how much you've saved up with all these caution laps. So these extra green laps definitely aren't helping him. Marcus went a little bit better on he's got a little bit better tires there on board here with that 15 machine, but he's trying to work the way by Connor Sabosian. He's kind of staying a little bit closer now. Hoff trying to pull away, but Sabosian not letting him go, as Hoff a little bit wide through 3 and 4 there. Gonna go rocket off of 4, but Sabosian a little bit tighter through the center of the corner. Able to close just a little bit of that gap back.
Because Kissweather now really closing on the top 2. Top 3 have really pulled away from the rest of the field. You got Wilson a little further back, who also has not pitted for tires. Everyone else in the field has pitted tires at least 1 time so far tonight. Noah Blackwell, pretty much a pack of around 5 or so behind him, vying for that 6th place spot right now. As so far we have 5 DNFs, including Nick Kapiak, newest one on the list.
And that's unfortunate for that 06 machine. You started really good tonight. Started up in 2nd, just got a lost track position and just kind of caught an incident. But right now, these top 3 staying very close. This is our longest run of the night by far. The tires could start to play a factor really late, as Kissweather did have a little bit of better tires, as he did make the pit stop under caution a few cautions ago. Is kind of there we kind of saw the brake rotors glowing for the 00 machine of Samuel Hoff, so brakes will start to really get heated up, and it'll be harder and harder to brake later into the run. But right now, we'll have to see who has the better tires. Right now, Sammy Hoff holds the lead with Connor Rosing sitting there in second.
Again, the top three really pulling away from the rest of the field for now. But if we do go green for a while here, everyone that has not pitted has to pit at least one more time tonight. That is Samuel Hoff, Connor Sabozin, and Jacob Wilson. And we're not even halfway through the race so far here at Martinsville, and we've had a lot of cautions so far, a lot of mistakes from a lot of drivers. But right now 12 drivers on the racetrack, so we've kind of shrunk the field down to about 12 for now. We'll see what happens in the second half of this one.
As everyone's single file, the field's starting to spread out a little bit as everyone's kind of getting away from each other. Everyone's just falling in line, falling in their speed, kind of getting their speed up to speed, settling in now. So everyone's just starting to settle into a line, save their tires, don't make mistakes. But Martinsville, he's trying to work that back bumper as Connor Sabozin. He knows he doesn't want Samuel Hoff to get out too far in front. So those tires start to even out, because those tires could even out for Kissweather and Hoff. And that could be a problem for that 15 machine. Other than that battle for second there, our closest battle is back for about 8th or 9th with Jared Skinner and Donnie Kitas. They're kind of around just a similar gap with all these four right here. Oh, but no, Blackwell, big problems off of 4. Almost lost the back end. It's going to go way wide in turn number 1, so Josh Arnold going to be able to close that gap down just a little bit.
Turn 4 has been a big problem tonight.
There's the caution. That's just exactly a halfway. As Connor Sabozin spins from seconds. Big problem there that maybe could get a little bit of help off of turn 4. Don't know. Let's take a look at what happened. I think, yes, just as you mentioned, AJ, off of turn number 4 is where a problem has been. And I think Sabozin just loses the back end, loses it in the heart of the inside wall there. And that is a big problem for Connor Sabozin, as he's going to have to work his way back up through the field.
I mean, well, the good news is he had to pit anyway, so he had to go to the back of the field to begin with. But fortunately, he does have some aero damage, and even if it's a short track, aero is still very important here in the next gen car. And Samuel Hoff coming down pit lane this time by. So is Mark Kissweather.
Follows him, yeah, and Zachary Javino going to get the race lead. We'll see if Kissweather can jump off a pit road.
It's a smart move for Kissweather to come back down, try to keep those fresh tires. Definitely a tire strategy, it feels like.
Yeah, but the problem is, track position be at importance, but he's actually going to come out in front of Samuel Hoff. So Samuel Hoff.
They took 2.
Samuel Hoff taking 4, and Kissweather taking 2.
Not a bad strategy call. Maybe you thought the car was a little bit too loose, but I mean, we've seen the next gen car, you can pretty much take 2 and be completely fine for a long time. So Martinsville, not the most tire wear track on the schedule, but we'll see what plays out here.
So I got a moment under this caution, and Josh Holm has joined his Discord chat. We're gonna bring him here, and as Josh Arnold able to finish second last week, and kind of had the muted post-race interview, so we'll bring in Josh Arnold for kind of make up for last week's post-race interview. So how are you able to just kind of walk us through that last lap, last week, and how are you able to transition so far in this first half tonight?
Really thought that I was going to finish 7th going into turn 3, and then we had a lot of people wadded up, and I somehow, made it past and finished 2nd. Really not deserved because I wasn't up front a majority of that race at all. So just luck once again, like I have found on Legends Racing Network in many scenarios. So
Yeah, and once again, congrats on your second place finish last week at Auto Club, and good luck at the rest of this race.
Thank you, thank you. Hopefully we can keep it green.
So that was our second place finish from last week of Josh Arnold, and we'll bring in now, but Zachary Trevino, our third race leader of the night, who's going to get on the lap pedal and a great restart once again. So the restarts for the leaders have been very great, but keep an eye on Martin Kissweather and Samuel Hoff to see if those guys can pass each other. But Samuel Hoff on the outside, he's got Josh Arnold to his inside. They're the first drivers side by side, but Ruben Rodas trying to shut the door on Josh Arnold, and Samuel Hoff going to have to struggle in that outside lane. Big move there. He actually clears Arnold going into off of 4, but he's going to lose the front nose. But Jared Skinner up the racetrack right in front of him. That allows Samuel Hoff to move up to 4th.
As chaos happening as Wilson locks up the brakes right in front of Sebastian. The Kissweather now on the back bumper of Noah Blackwell for that 2nd place spot.
Locked up the brakes there a little bit.
Yeah, Blackwell locked him up in turn 1. It's going to allow Kissweather to easily clear for 2nd place now. And Hoff not too far behind either on fresh 4 tires.
Yeah, remember,
Kissweather's only got around off turn 4.
Sebastian.
And caution flag flies 2nd time back to back for him off of turn 4 there on lap 109. Just maybe a little bit too confident in those newer tires possibly. And he's got the most likely just bring down pit lane once again and get some fresh tires back on that race car.
Yeah, I just lost it off of turn 4 again, like, for the 2nd time in a row. And see if he comes down and takes tires, but while everyone's kind of settled into the positions, the pit stops have kind of all sorted all out. We're gonna take this moment to step away here from Martinsville. We'll be right back here on the Legends Racing Network.
At NJBDesigns.com, we specialize in transforming your vehicle into a work of art by revolutionizing the way you see your car with the hottest trends in sim racing. Choose from a wide range of colors, textures, finishes to promote your business and sponsors in style. Whether you're looking to add a sleek matte finish, a flashy chrome accent, or a custom design that turns heads, our designers have you covered. If you want to stand out in the crowd, visit njbdesigns.com today and let our team of professionals.
Welcome back here to Martinsville, Virginia, here at the Martinsville Speedway, as we're back under the caution, but we're coming back to green as Martin Kissweather on the outside, Zach Trevino on the inside. Back underway here for Martinsville. Trevino off to a good start, but that's probably the worst restart we've seen for the leader all night long, as Kissweather holds a great restart on the outside lane. He's going to be right behind Trevino off of turn 2. He's got the run down to the inside, side by side for the lead of Sander 3.
This one will get clear. Watch for the crossover move. He overshoots turn 3 and 4.
Time there.
Here comes
side
Trevino.
by side off of 4 now, but now Trevino has the preferred lane on the bottom. It's going to be a little bit harder for Kissweather to hold the outside lane.
Watch out for
off
Hoff.
of turn number 2. Kissweather going to slot back in line. Can he try it again in 3?
Yeah. Doesn't not clear though.
Not fully there off of turn 4. Kissweather slots back into second.
Toff not too far behind. He has 4 fresh tires compared to Kissweather's 2. He's all the way back on for Kissweather.
Kissweather again, trying on that bottom.
Kissweather tries the bottom in 3 and 4. Gonna stay side by side with Trevino. Trevino blinked out a little bit. Gonna stay side by side.
The track a little bit there.
It cost him a little bit of time. He was trying to maybe try and follow Kissweather through on the bottom with Trevino, but lost a little bit of time doing that. But Trevino up the racetrack, gonna try and slot back in line quickly behind Kissweather. He will. Does he have anything to try and chase Kissweather back down? Gonna try and go into 1. Hoff's now the back 16 machine. Hoff is on the bottom now. He looks back into 3. Gonna try and get the nose to the inside of that 16 machine. This is the raciest we've been all night long. But Hoff trying to find his way by Trevino, can't do it. Is Kissweather going to be able to pull away a little bit?
Oh, Hoff spins!
Goes sideways through 1, and that's going to cost him a lot of time to keep it straight, but it's going to lose him multiple positions. He's going to fall all the way back behind Jared Skinner.
Might be able to get ahead of Jared Skinner in the top 5 spot. As Hoff around again.
Samuel Hoff goes around as Jared Skinner on 2 wheels. You almost see a second flip of the night. Is that actually Arnold's going to still get collected in it, as that could have been a second flip of the night. Wild wreck there again, but Mark Kissweather able to get the race lead out of all of it.
Let's go back.
Made a lot of mistakes there.
Hoff just entering turn 1-2, hit the back of Trevino there and kind of clipped the curb and just got completely sideways. In front of him, Josh Arnold, I believe, just hit the outside wall and kind of, yeah, he's overshot turn 3 and 4. Hoff, Skinner tried to avoid Hoff, just got loot. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 things that just separately happened there off of turn 4 and caused that.
And Skinner popped up on 2 wheels, almost threw their second flip of the night, which would have been very rare here at Martinsville. But actually, a big move there as under this caution. Trevino comes down from P number 2, so that will move Jacob Wilson up to second, as you just see the wreck there. But Trevino will come down pit road. Zabosian follows him as well.
Overshot his pit box.
A little bit right there as well. I guess his right side tires on that white line. Surprised he's not too far right into that pit stall. But Trevino will have to work his way through the field again, taking tires. So he's not a stranger to doing it tonight. He had to do it a couple times already. So keep an eye on that 16 machine. Now he's got fresh tires.
He's gonna restart in 4th place, so I'm really in a good spot right now. Because Hoff and Arnold pit late.
Yeah, and he's gonna have that fresher tire advantage than Kissweather. So he's got a great opportunity to maybe get by Kissweather, but Jacob Wilson up to second, so keep an eye on him. He's got a lot of work to do. He can do that as well. Ruben Rodas up to 3rd. This is the highest he's been all night long.
He was in that wreck earlier.
Yeah, he's been to a couple of wrecks tonight, and a great recovery for that 55 machine. But Trevino will line up 4th, as Skinner will line up 5th. So a lot of damage now for a lot of these front runners as they kind of got mired in the back, as there's the most positions gained of the night. As you can notice, up 9 spots as he's going to restart here at B number 3. Josh Arnold up 7. Same with Donnie K. It is. They'll move up.
Changing throughout these pit stops here and such. But a couple drivers out of this race tonight. We still have 12 running. Noah Blackwell 4 laps down. There's 11 cars on the lead lap. Samuel Hoff will be restarting dead last and 11th on the lead lap.
Yeah, but off of turn number 4, pace car is off. We're going to get back underway as Kissweather on the front row once again, and he's going to get a huge restart just like he's had all night long when he's up front. But Jacob Wilson able to slot back into second, as we'll see if he has anything to chase down that 15 machine. But they're side by side between Zach and Trevino and Ruben Rodas for P number 3. Rodas on the inside lane. He's going to go deep into 3. Going to maybe get a little bit of contact with Trevino, but Trevino's going to clear as the top 5 single file out now as Sabosi clears Skinner as well.
Go to the outside, Ruben Rodas. Now Skinner fights back as new. Sabosi hard on the outside wall. I just don't think the outside lane has been working at all. In the middle, outside, just so much marbles up there. As well, ahead of him, Skinner
around.
Right in front
right
of the middle
of
field.
the field. And that's like, I spun a lot of times tonight. Just Jared's going to struggle with rear grip. It's just very tough, as we've seen a lot of self-spins tonight.
Mainly on a turn 4 right there.
Yeah,
Same thing just happened coming out of 4.
I don't know what's so different about turn 3 and 4 compared to 1 and 2. I mean, they're really just pretty much the same corners. I mean, any thoughts on that, Aaron or AJ?
I think really it's just the turn 4. The car is a little bit different, maybe a little bit more rubbered up. It could be a little bit as well, and also maybe a little bit with. I don't really think so, but maybe with the rubbered up is the gate is there, but I don't really. Maybe that could be a difference in real life. I don't know if they kind of just cancel something like that into the sim or have that, but rollers do come there through the gate, and it could be a little bit of more like rubber built up, but that's not really a thing really in the sim. Is you don't really have obviously the full track activities with golf carts and safety trucks running around, and also the haulers coming into the track. But I'm just 3 and 4 is just going to be a little bit, maybe a little bit trickier. Maybe looks a little bit more inviting into just driving in a deeper, maybe getting off the corner a little bit.
Banking could be different, maybe just a little bit, just enough to upset the race car. Because I mean, it's about around the same spot every time, middle to exit. I mean, just maybe
they don't do anything
different.
like that in turn 2 coming out of 2 at all. So there's something over there different in 4 for sure.
Yeah, just very interesting.
And also the curbing's a little bit different down there as well. As we just kind of saw it there coming off of 2, the curb kind of extends all the way to the exit of the pit exit cone. But here in 3 and 4, as we'll see here, the curb kind of ends right as you get off the corner. So maybe it's just kind of a visual marking that kind of throws off the drivers, maybe allows them. It's like, oh, the curb's kind of ending a little bit quicker. The curb's kind of ending, so that's typically where you pick up the gas off of turn number 2. So it could kind of be a little bit of a kind of visual marking. It just kind of evenly as you think you get on the gas a little bit early off on turn 4. You should think the curb's a little bit early, ending a little bit earlier in the corners starting to end, but it's just kind of throws you off a little bit. Maybe it could throw your pick up the gas a little bit too early, kind of sends that rear around.
I agree with that. I think you're probably right on that deal. Coming back to green though. See if Crystal Weather gets another great start.
And he's been perfect all night long at these restarts. He has Trevino to his outside now. We'll see if Trevino can match it. Off of turn 4, green flag back in the air. Trevino got a little bit of a nose out in front there. Could have been a little bit of a penalty, so I had to kind of wait in case Weather gets a great restart, but Trevino stays decently close. Wilson slots back in line, and P number 3 is Ruben. Rhoda slots back into 4th. Zabosian slots back in line as well, as everyone is just trying to force their way into the bottom lane. That could cause a recording, and that's been a big problem tonight. Is side by side with Garrett Skinner back there and Nathan Johnson. That's a little bit of
up the racetrack, Skinner.
Up the track there.
He saves it.
Great save from Skinner though.
Keep a good eye on Samuel Hoff too, as he's already back into the top 5. Hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, big hit for Zabosian there.
Like I was saying, Samuel Hoff already up to 5th. Can he get back up there and maybe battle Kissin Weather?
Yeah, he's been the one to pretty much have really good speed. Now he's gonna work by Rodas. He kind of faked out Rodas there a little bit on the back straightaway. He's just shooting clear Rodas off of turn 4. He's gonna set his sights down on Jacob Wilson, but Jack Trevino not leaving that back over Mark Ismail, staying around 2 or 3 car lengths back.
Yeah, Trevino was pretty quick in qualifying in practice, so he's definitely not no slouch here. Second place, looking really good so far. He's within 3/10 now. We'll see if he can do something. Still have a long way to go left in this race.
Caution back out is
Noah Blackwell.
Starting to shake up as off at 4 again. I think it's just another culprit of a self-spin off at turn number 4.
Yeah, I mean,
that's exactly what happened. Same exact spot, turn 4.
They just picked up the gas a little bit too early.
Oh, it was a spin in front of him too. Might have been.
And in front of him might have caused that one.
Josh Arnold maybe got a bit too loose off the turn. Yeah, Arnold got loose right there. I mean, I don't really know if that's the same cause there. Maybe just trying to avoid the Skinner also at the outside wall. I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening off of turn 4. I mean, that's been the most chaotic corner for no particular reason that we can think of. But I mean, just pretty much random here at Martinsville, turn 4. Deadly tonight so far.
Another thing I thought of, just that tunnel could maybe have a little bit of bumps as just the years as that's something that would be Scandal iRacing is the track surface, and maybe just the years of Martinsville, you know, haulers coming into the track, maybe just getting right on that banking, maybe could have worn down that a little bit. Maybe could be like a little bit of divot, a little bump that could slightly just bottom out these cars. The next shit's very easy to bottom out, and also how big they're tight. So it could be just a little bit different off of 4. Just a slight difference in track surface, maybe just like a slight divot, or maybe it's just a slight bump that could be causing that small.
Yeah, any little bump, I mean, that's really all like a little bump, or maybe some groove there that maybe we can't really exactly feel 100% in the race car see. But I mean, there has to be some sort of difference, maybe, or something, physically or mentally, maybe in the drivers, like just mentioning the curbing. Just mentally, you're thinking you can get on the gas here, but not really. But I mean, yeah, just very interesting here. I mean, we'll see. I mean, we still got 60 laps to go in this one, so a lot can still happen here in this one here tonight at Martinsville.
And if we go green and we stay green, I see Trevino being a huge contender trying to get this win. He was really keeping up with Kissel weather very well. Don't count out Samuel Hoff back there in 4th too. Jacob Wilson too. He's been very good tonight. That whole top 5.
Yeah, everyone in this top 5 to 6 are all just very close together, and we're all off to turn number 4. We get another restart. Mark Kisselweather, can he get another restart just like he has all night long? And he will again. As Trevino's trying to play a little bit of games, trying to get his nose out in front, as Kisselweather trying to stay a little bit later. So Trevino's starting to play his games a little bit on the restart. We're going to try and get a little bit more aggressive on these restarts. You can see a little bit of push and shoving coming late as we're getting to this final bit of this race.
Yeah, maybe a little bit aggression might be amping up here for the top 2, even top 3, top 4. Maybe Jacob Wilson and Hoff coming into the picture here late in this one.
Didn't take long for Hoff to get back up in the top 3, because he's now got his eyes set on 2nd.
They got a lot of shuffling here towards the back of the pack here. So you have Jared Skinner, Noah Blackwell, Connor Sabosian all together there. Top 3 or 4 is starting to spread out a little bit from each other. Jared Skinner trying to stay to the inside of Connor Sabosian. Noah Blackwell trying to follow on through as well.
Ooh, Ruben Rodas on the outside wall for turn 2. So we'll see if we have a long green flag around. Those are hard in the outside wall. Wilson.
On the wall right
Jacob
there.
Wilson, huge
Parking lot in front.
4.
Parking
Just
lot off
talking
turn
about
4.
him.
Wow, that was a hard hit for Wilson there. Absolutely destroyed the car, and he's blown up completely.
Very hard hit there. Turn 4 again. Just
Wow.
Jacob Wilson just got loose hard overcorrecting the outside wall. I believe that's what happened. Yep, and there it is.
huge overcorrection right there. Donnie Knight involved there too.
Yeah, and that's very easy to do here at Martinsville, especially how light these cars kind of get. That's also another thing that just really happens in the next gen. It's just the weight it loves the weight shift off the corner, and how this setup is built. It just loves the weight shift. Very easy to do that, and it's just kind of overcorrect off the corner.
55 laps to go here. Now we're starting to come to the final few restarts, most likely.
I still think we got a few restarts left in it for sure. We are not done with cautions.
Yeah, we have plenty of cautions tonight. And restarts have been a very important part for Mark JuicySpydr. He's been able to get such a big jump on these restarts, but last few, Zachary Trevino has been staying a little bit closer, trying to push his limits a little bit more. So Zachary Trevino is trying to maybe top JuicySpydr on one of these restarts. JuicySpydr makes a slight mistake, Trevino can be there.
Yeah, we haven't seen a mistake out of JuicySpydr all night, so if we see one, you're definitely right. Trevino could definitely.
And also keep in mind, Symposium right behind him as well. So I think it really happened here on these restarts, but we start just over 50 to go here for Martinsville.
Without ahead of him again.
Mark JuicySpydr in Zachary Trevino on the front row. Once again, the pace car going to pull off, and we're back underway here from Martinsville. JuicySpydr off to a great start, but Samuel Hoff's, did he have his nose on Trevino? Trevino's going to shut the door, but Hoff's going to drive it in deep. They keep it clean. It was top. They're going to try and pull away from the rest of the field. Let's see if we separate out a little bit off the two.
As Hoff goes, really sent it through 3 and 4. Trevino hard on the wall, and behind him, Nathan Johnson around there, off of turn 4 as Trevino also pretty much half spun off of turn 4 also. The 2 different incidents there all off of turn 4.
So I think similar incidents, Trevino, yep, just kind of what Jake Wilson did, but it keeps it up against the wall, so it minimizes the damage there.
Yeah, it could still have some little slight wheel damage, but behind him, Nathan Johnson spins it around off of turn 4, locks her down, no damage for him.
Did not expect that from Trevino there.
Yeah, I mean, he did it earlier tonight. He got pretty loose off of turn 4 and self-spun. But, I mean, you just can't make that mistake with 50 to go. Luckily, he's still in 3rd place, but he's got some pretty, I'm guessing, pretty big damage on that right side.
I'll put Samuel Hoff back on that high side, and we saw his restarts earlier from up there. He isn't the control car, but he might have figured something out. It'll be fun to watch.
And another thing for that too, and it's just getting late into this race. You just want to get more aggressive. You're starting to push a little bit more, and just mistakes more prone, and you also see more pushing and shoving around and more aggression. We'll start to ramp up. 50 to go. Track is going to start to matter a lot more. We've probably seen our last pit stops around this time. So some drivers making those pit stops, but now Zachary Trevino sitting in 3rd. So JuicySpydr restarting first there. Those last couple of restarts, he's been kind of going late in the zone, trying to play off Trevino, but Trevino could be trying to get a little aggressive on these restarts and try to force JuicySpydr to go. It could cause a big problem. Though right now, I just don't see anyone beating JuicySpydr on these restarts. He's been perfect all night long. It's just one mistake can make a difference. And coming down to the final few moments, pressure could get to JuicySpydr. It could kind of throw him off a little bit, and Trevino could the door could open for Trevino or Hoff. But pace are going to go on to pit road again here tonight. Restart with 47 to go here for Martinsville. Green flag back in the air. JuicySpydr off to a great jump again.
Great start again. We've seen minimal mistakes out of him tonight, and that's what you need here.
Yeah, but Trevino able to stay side by side with Samuel Hoff for 2nd. So can Trevino clear there for Hoff? But Hoff staying on the outside, fighting well. Trevino on the inside lane, able to stay pretty clean. They're still side by side for a second.
Hoff
Hoff
way
off
of the
the racetrack.
racetrack. As Skinner
And
might
gets
be
out
able to
of the
get by.
flat part.
As caution flag flies, Josh Arnold or slow actually. Nathan Johnson ran off of turn 2. Contact.
Oh, looks like he has some help there.
Him and Hunter Sr. may have made contact there. No, Hunter Sr. and Josh Arnold. And Johnson just
on
try
the
to
curb,
cut through the curb.
Yeah, loses it off the curb there.
So, I mean, it was a smart move by him, but just you can't really gas up when you're on the curb. Not a lot of grip on that little hump there. Down pit lane he goes. As at this point, I don't really think tire is going to play too big a factor in this finish here. I mean, the top 3, I think, of Kissingweather, Trevino, and Hoff. You got Skinner up there, but I think Hoff is definitely, I think, a little bit faster than Skinner there. But you never know. Sometimes it's about being in the right position at the right time.
Be curious to see if the pressure gets the Kissingweather here and we see mistakes made, or definitely we've seen aggression getting higher as we're under 50 to go now.
Yeah, definitely. We have some aggression pick up a little bit here, and I don't think it's going to go down anytime soon. Here, get restarted with around 40 laps to go in this one. The time left we have in the session is 30 minutes, so should be plenty of time to get those 40 laps into this session.
Lights off on the pace car.
And that's also mentioned another thing, the time in the session and the laps left as we're in just over 40 to go here. We got just over 30 minutes left, so they should have plenty of time here. So we are under the caution, we're about 45 seconds. So they should have plenty of time, unless they get a little bit too many overtimes, but I think the time should not be a worry for any of these drivers. You get a good amount of the green flag runs there, kind of around the mid part of the race. But I was getting maybe 5-10 lap runs. The race car is going to take that hard left turn on pit road again. Kissweather and Torino on the front row. Green flag back in the air. Kissweather off to a great restart once again.
And side by side for third, Skinner going to move Hoff up the racetrack, during each other. Still off for turn 2. Can Hoff clear on the outside lane. Skinner still on the inside of the 00 machine. And up the racetrack they go once again. Skinner not giving it up easily. As Hoff clears on the outside. What a move from him. Haven't seen that too much tonight, being able to clear on the outside. But Hoff moves himself back up to the top 3 position. And we'll see what he can do here. He's been pretty quick tonight. Reno's also been pretty quick, but Kissingweather has been on another planet. Basically, once he gets the lead, he's untouchable up there. But like we've mentioned before, we haven't really had a long green flag run, so we haven't seen at all who has a long run speed. So will this be the time where we get a long green flag run? Who will prevail in these last 38 laps?
This could mean a lot, and we could get a long run here, and Kissweather can overheat his front tires, his front brakes, and it could slow him down and allow Trevino or Hoff to close in. But right now, Hoff trying to work on the back bumper of Trevino, and 1:36 to go this time by. This is where the pushing and shoving is going to get a little bit more aggressive. The aggression is going to start to ramp up. Mistakes can be happen and tempers can flare, and that can make a lot of angry drivers. And you don't want that to happen. Trevino going to lock up going into 1 and 2. It's going to hop off to get to the inside.
Oh, and they touched.
Down to the 3, gonna be side by side. This could be a big moment for Samuel Hoff. He needs to get clear of Trevino if he wants to have the speed to catch Mark Kissweather. Gonna be side by side going to 1. Trevino still holds the outside, gonna go really deep through the center of the corner. Gonna stay side by side off the exit. Gonna side by side down to 3, but they're still dead even.
Yeah, Trevino was really keeping high there. He's really getting the runs off the turn. That's what's helping him. But it looks like Sam's going to be clear now. Can he chase down Kissweather is the big question.
Yeah, right now, no one really too close together. All within, all separated about 1 second, other than Trevino and Hoff. So, if there is a caution, it most likely will just be a self spin. But will they stay green for the next 34 laps, 33 laps now? Will we see a natural green flag finish to end this one?
I think if we see a green flag run here, Sam might be able to chase down Kissweather here.
And that's what. Oh, what a big wiggle for Samuel!
And he's got to spin around.
There.
And Samuel Hoff goes around off of 4, and I was just going to mention it as well. Do you think Samuel Hoff can close that gap down? He was closing it down a little bit. But Samuel Hoff off of turn 4 from P number 2 to lose the back end, going to go around. That's going to set him back to P number 5. But does he take tires now, knowing that he just kind of smoked them up there?
Yeah, you might have to come in and take tires and see if you can get back through the field in 30 laps. Definitely a commentator's curse there, as we were just talking about him. No mistakes, and there's a mistake.
Azul, Trevino down pit lane.
Interesting call there from Zachary Trevino. It's kind of a late stop with 30 to go. This could be an interesting call. We'll see what Trevino can do. He's going to try and get those fresh tires. Samuel Hoff, he just spin on his tires. He's going to stay out on the racetrack, though. He's going to move up to 4th.
Yeah, I think we should keep a good eye on him because his tires, he might be spinning again.
I'm surprised Hoff not coming up pit lane. I mean, my thought process would be, I mean, 9 drivers in total, or 10 drivers in total on the lead lap. So you're restart around 10th, 9th place. I mean, with 30 to go, I mean, you have enough time to make up some spots. Just, you probably know there's probably going to be, I mean, unfortunately saying, but this race will probably end under a green or checkered, so you never really know what's going to happen on a 2-lap shootout, but I mean, that's still long ways away with 29 to go. I mean, based on how this race has gone so far, I would not be surprised.
How this race has gone so far, last night we might see 2 or 3 more cautions depending on what happens here.
And how aggressive would Trevino be? He could cause another incident, make another driver angry. That could maybe give him a little bit of damage. But I mean, this could be a big difference. But we're coming to 1-2 green. Trevino will line up in 7th, so he's going to have the inside to advantage. But he's going to have to get through Ruben Rodas, Josh Arnold on the inside before he can get the Kissweather. That's also not talking about the Jared Skinner, Samuel Hoff, and Hunter Sheen that could slot in front of him. Mark Kissweather on the front row, Jared Skinner in 2nd, Josh Arnold in 3rd, Samuel Hoff in 4th, and Ruben Rodas will line up 5th. Does anyone have anything for Mark Kissweather late in this race? 26.7 to go. When we restart, green flag back in the air. Kissweather off to a great restart. Josh Arnold, can he stick his nose to the inside of Jared Skinner? Yes, he will. Samuel Hoff's going to slot back in behind him, though. He's going to try and get the move. He's going to try and move Josh Arnold out the way. It's down to the 3. Here they go.
Hoff up to 3rd, make that almost up to 2nd, as he's already by Josh Arnold. Early on this restart, after 1 lap, he's already back up to 2nd.
Very aggressive moves there by Hoff.
But Trevino struggling to get through traffic here.
Right now, just kind of stuck between 2 drivers side by side ahead of him. Nowhere he can really go. He's gonna make it 3 wide on the inside for that 5th place spot. At least he tried, but he just can't get around Ruben Rodas and Hunter Sr.
Just staying staying side by side. Can't get the run enough. Seniors
Oh, he's gonna
clears.
try for it. Nope. He backed out of there last second. I thought he was gonna try for that 3 wide there. Thought better of it.
Oh, Ruben Rose goes around.
Goes around off a 4. That's going to bring out the caution. And that's going to shake a lot of things up. Now that will put Trevino into 5th. Behind Josh Arnold in 3rd. See how aggressive he is in that 5th place spot. We're going to restart with under 20 to go. The aggression is going to start to ramp up here. But Mark Kissweather needs to keep nailing these restarts like he has all night long.
We just saw what Samuel Hoff did from that position, so now we'll Trevino do the same thing.
See, Hoff's gonna have to restart from 2nd, and he's gotta be aggressive, a little bit more aggressive on these restarts. He probably needs to try something else, and he'll probably get a little bit more anxious on these restarts. And Marcus, whether he's just gotta kind of calm down on these restarts as well. He's been very great on these restarts, but he's also gotta calm down a little. If he's gotta keep calm out in front, as now you're getting late. If he gets a little bit anxious, a little bit excited out front, he could make a mistake, and that could make Mark Kissweather, that could be a detriment. But Mark Kissweather, so far keeping it nice and calm out in front, and he's been able to hold the lead on the restarts by just getting a great jump.
Yeah, and how aggressive can Sam Hoff be? Because if he can get to the back bumper of Kissweather, does he give him the bumper? Bump and run for the lead there.
That's also another thing. We'll see if push comes to shove in these final 20 laps, that who will put the bumper to someone else, and use that front bumper, use that chrome horn. See if anyone's not afraid to use it. But as Trevino actually, he's gonna restart 6th, so he's gonna be on the outside, so he's only able to move up 1 spot. So he's gonna be on 6th, so he's on fresh tires, but he's got a lot of work to do still. He's gonna have to find his way down to the bottom and try and get a few more spots. One to go. It'll be Kissweather, Hoff on the front row. Josh Arnold will line up 3rd. Jared Skinner will line up 4th. Hunter Senior will round out our top 5. Zach Regina will be 6th. Nathan Johnson 7th. Donnie Kite 8th. Scott Esposito 9th. And Ruben Ernst our top 10. Everyone else is packed up and have gone home tonight. So we have 10 cars left on the racetrack. We'll have 19 to go on the restart. Mark Kissweather, Sammy Hoff on the restart on the front row. Green flag back in the air. It's Kissweather off to a great start. Arnold hold the inside on Sammy Hoff though, going to 1. But Hoff's going to clear himself going out of the wall. Going to make a little bit of contact. He's going to keep it straight. A great save for Sammy Hoff, but that's going to be a big problem. He's going to lose a lot of spots. But that moves Zachary Trevino side by side with Hunter Senior. They're looking for the 3rd place spot.
What a save there by Samuel Hoff. Just was not clear there. Now he's got
big lockup for Josh Arnold from 2nd. That's going to allow Trevino back to the bottom. Side by side for 2nd. Get Trevino on the fresh tires. If they stay green for another 17 laps, does he have enough time and enough tire left in those tires to catch Mark Kissweather? The gap, 1.2 seconds that time by. We'll see if Trevino has anything for Kissweather as they battle fiercely behind him for 3rd.
Yeah, it's Trevino now in 2nd by a good margin as Arnold locks up again. Up the racetrack he goes.
Hoff moves back up to 4th. Skinner's going to clear Arnold.
A Senior locks up too.
A lot more lockups on Senior than earlier.
Yeah, people trying to get as much as they can out of their race cars, locking up on the edge of these corners. As Skinner losing off to turn 4 and around he goes. Caution flag probably gonna fly.
Yeah, there's another car on the wall back there as well.
We're staying green still flies, and everyone's still back going straight. Mark Kissweather that last time by was about 400 slower than Zachary Trevino, but Trevino driving it a little bit deep. He could be slowing down a little bit, but he's the gap down to 0.9 of a second. The fresh tires helping Zachary Trevino He's closing the gap in. Does he have enough time to catch Mark Kissweather for the race lead?
If we stay green, I think he's got enough time to chase him down, but if a yellow happens, I don't think he has enough to get him on those restarts. Kissweather's just so good on those restarts, the green flag runs. What's going to have to happen if you want to chase him down?
But the thing is, catching is one, passing is another. How aggressive does he have to get to pass him? The gap down to 0.7 of a second. This time by across the line will be about 6.5 tenths. So very minimal gain that lap. That lap there for Zachary Trevino. He's gonna get a little, actually tapped a little bit off of turn 2. Trevino pushing as much as he can. We've seen that happen before. He made a big mistake off of turn 4. We think it happen again, but Kissweather a little bit tight through 3 and 4 there. Gap down to just half a second now for this race lead.
Gap is really closing now. Coming to 10 laps to go this time by.
Trevino's just putting all he can into it at this point, really trying to chase him down here.
So you're on board here with that 16 machine. Just see how much he's pushing, going into these corners. Trying to follow the tire tracks of that 15 machine of Mark Kissweather, trying to close that gap down. Last time by, it was 0.512 at the line. We'll see what it is this time by. Zach and Trevino deep into the corner, though. It's going to go a little bit wide. It's going to cost him a little bit of time, maybe, but the fresh tires kind of helping him a little bit, not hurting him too much. The gap that time at the line was 0.607, so not too much loss for Zach and Trevino. But the gap this time by, gap a minute 8 to go. Trevino's can't be making those mistakes.
Yeah, you push hard, but how hard can you push where those mistakes don't happen?
Gap at the line there, 0.466. Trevino closing the gap. He's just not there enough, not fast enough to gain too much. Kissweather, one big mistake though, and Trevino is there and ready to pounce to make the move. At the line there, this time by, the gap, 4.431. Trevino about half a tenth faster per lap. Can he just close it enough? He needs to maybe take another lap or two to take a tenth or 2 chunk out of the lead. But Kissweather just needs to stay perfect. As the gap now with 6 laps to go. The gap that time by 0.399, pretty much exactly 4/10 of a second. He looked very good through 1 and 2 there. Trevino closing the gap. Coming to 5 to go. Kissweather starting to feel the pressure a little bit. He knows the gap is closing. He knows Trevino is there on the fresher tires, but Trevino loses the front end a little bit. That's going to cost him a little bit of time off of turn number 4. That gap's going to go back up to 0.538 at the line. And I think Kissweather, he's feeling a little bit more confident now as the gap is starting to wind it back out. Anything can change here as well. Caution could happen. It's not over till it's over. 4 to go. Kissweather holds the lead. Trevino holds second, but the tires, I think, are starting to give out. He's overheated those tires, made a little bit too many mistakes trying to chase him down. As these top 2 are gone compared to the race leaders. I mean, compared to the rest of the field. Trevino not close enough. 3 laps to go. But off of turn number 4, 2 to go. Kissweather, all he wants to see now is that white flag coming off turn 4. He just needs to have it raised, and then it is over. He just needs to get it back to the line at that point. The gap is extending for Mark Kissweather through 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. Mark Kissweather off turn 4. The white flag is in the air. Doesn't have to worry about a caution. Just can't make any big mistakes now. The final time through 1 and 2. The gap half a second. No big mistakes for Mark Kissweather. Kissweather, he had the lead. He's been dominant all night long. Been dominant on the restarts. No one's been able to challenge that 15 machine. Trevino locks up, trying to as a last-ditch effort. But off of turn number 4, Mark Kissweather, he's going to win at Martinsville.
Good race there for Kissweather. Ran a really good race, played it smart, was very patient. Everything we said at the beginning, how to win this race, he did perfect.
And the track position was important. He got the lead and never looked back, and he also had the lead at the very start. Played a little bit of tire strategies, played a little bit of fuel strategies, but he got the lead. He had the 2 tires at the very end of it, and he's the one burning it down with the front straightaway. He's been mastering the restarts all night long, and that was definitely a big importance to how he was able to get the win. And he's celebrating it down in turn number 1 right now.
Got it stuck on the apron a little bit there. I got it stuck there.
Tony may have broke the car a little bit there on, just kind of on the apron. But JuicySpydr celebrates it. He's gonna reset, but well, before we get to our top 3 interviews and our results, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back here from Martinsville.
At NJBDesigns.com, we specialize in transforming your vehicle into a work of art by revolutionizing the way you see your car with the hottest trends in sim racing. Choose from a wide range of colors, textures, finishes to promote your business and sponsors in style. Whether you're looking to add a sleek matte finish, a flashy chrome accent, or a custom design that turns heads, our designers have you covered. If you want to stand out in the crowd, visit njbdesigns.com today and let our team of professionals transform your vision into reality.
Welcome back here to Martinsville Speedways. We just wrapped up here for the Stampede Racing League race number 7. Mark Kissler was able to come away with the win. Before we get to our top 3 interviews, we're going to take a quick look at our results for tonight's race 200 lap event here. As Mark Kissler was able to hold off Zachary Trevino late, he was able to get the race win. Trevino picks up second. Samuel Hoff able to pick up third with a late race mistake that cost him a shot at the win. He's still able to recover from a top 3 position. And Hunter Sr. able to round out P number 4. Nathan Johnson able to round out the top 5. Connor Sposey able to get 6th. Ruben Rhoda is 7th. Donnie Guy 8th. Jared Skinner 9th. And Josh Arnold, our last car in the lead lap, and our last car running tonight in top 10 and that P10. Jacob Wilson, our last DNF of the night. He'll finish P11, 57 laps down. Noah Blackwell will finish P number 12. Nick Hapiak 13th. Alexi Vigilant will finish 14th as he ended on his roof. Nathan Fryer finishing 15th. Peter Fryer finishing 17th. And Brock Morris rounding out P17, 149 laps down. That is our 4th DNF tonight. But most of all, importantly, out in front, he qualified on the pole. He played the restarts perfectly all night long. Mark Kissler able to get the race win. How are you able to do it, and how does it feel to be able to get that win?
Just being able to control the restarts, I think, helped me a lot, because once I gapped them, I knew I could just manage that gap and not let anybody get near me.
Yeah, and you had a dominant performance tonight. You led so many laps. You'll definitely get a lot of points. And now you were about 48 points out from the point, about 45 points out from the points lead. But coming into the final 2 races, going into the quarter run, you have a chance to maybe pick it up now, as Arnold had a pretty bad finish tonight in P10. So you gained, I think, about a half that gap to Arnold. So what's your game plan going into the final 2 races? Maybe pick up a quarter championship.
Just gotta do my best and just see if any luck goes my way.
And you're still able to gain a lot of points tonight, able to pick up that race win. But before we send off on your way, any sponsor thing for tonight's race win?
Yeah, Cheesy Designs, Pizza and Wings Gaming, SRL for letting me join and race. Always a good time.
All right, well, once again, congrats on the race win. We'll see you next week at Homestead.
All right, thank you.
So that was our race winner of Mark Kissler. We'll bring in our 2nd place finisher, Zachary Fino, but he's actually not in the Discord, so we'll try and bring him in a second. We'll bring in our 3rd place finisher of Samuel Hoff. So Samuel Hoff able to pick up P number 3. Now, you made a little late race mistake, but you're still able to recover for 3rd tonight. But what do you think you could have done differently to maybe get that race win away from Mark Kissler? Maybe to do a little bit different on the restarts, or maybe something a little bit different, and maybe just hope you got a little bit of a run as well.
Yeah, I needed to sit in 2nd and have about a 10-lap run, and then that's when I felt like I could truly be faster than Kissler. He was really good on those short runs, but I felt like I would really start to make up the time about 5 to 10 laps in. And then we get on that final restart. I'm like, all right, cool, I can get down, and then just kind of misjudged it, got shipped off, saved it, and was able to drive back by people to get back into 3rd. But, man, I think this car was a race winner tonight, and I'm sad that I wasn't able to get it.
Yeah, and also what I've seen a lot, we saw a lot tonight, was just the lack of grip off of the corner and mostly off turn 4. That's why we've seen a lot of incidents tonight. Everyone just kind of pretty much lost it off of turn 4 all night long. Just what does it feel like, and what was the difference coming off turn 2 compared to turn 4, and just why was everyone kind of losing it off turn 4 there?
So I think I'm gonna be real. I don't really know what the difference is off of 2 and 4, but I think it's part of the issue of the car. I really don't like this next gen car. I think they drive awkwardly. It pretty much just drives not even on the rear tires. It just kind of just drives in the center of the car. It feels like it has like a roller wheel in the center, and then if that roller wheel gets overheated or it just kind of gets a little too much slip, it spins it around, and you can't save it at that point. That's what happened to me twice off of 4. It would just get loose, and then there's no saving. You can't counter steer. You can't use any throttle, any brake. It just goes around on you at that point. And honestly, I really wish we had a shot to win that race, man. That's really all I had to say.
I think you definitely had a good shot to win there if the mistake didn't happen there at the end.
Yeah, definitely. But hey, it happens, and we're gonna move on to. I'll be back at Talladega hopefully, and we'll see what we can do at Talladega.
Yeah, and going into next week at Homestead, and well, not Talladega. I don't know if you'll be able to make next week, but you're able to still pick up a solid third place run for you today. We'll finish it off anyway, and just thank for tonight's third place run.
Yeah, Petty Engineering, Fanic Robotics, Mitsubishi Electric, Beckhoff, Ignition, all those sponsors that put on this beautiful paint scheme, and hopefully we'll bring it home win next week at not next week, but next race out at Talladega.
All right, once again, congrats on your third place finish tonight, and we'll see you next race.
See you next week or next race.
So it's our third place finisher of Samuel Hoff, and Zach Chino not in the Discord. So we'll bring in our fourth place finisher tonight of Hunter Senior, as he was able to win last week, and now he's able to back that up with a solid fourth place run tonight. So very two good finishes for you tonight, two solid top 5 finishes in the past 2 weeks. So how are you able to work tonight, and you started from back in 8th tonight and worked your way up, and everyone was everywhere, and how were you able to just manage tonight, and how did your race really go?
It was definitely a chaotic race, a lot of survival. I did that car that whenever we got hit by that 22, kind of put us out. We had about 4 or 5 minutes of repairs, and I think like 20 to go, I just said, I'm done doing repairs, and kind of put it back on track and kind of see where I can go, and just kind of luck of the draw to pull it up to 4th place like that, especially with a lot of these guys that are really fast.
Yeah, you're still able to pick up a P4, and just we didn't really see a lot of green flag runs tonight, but we did get a kind of a little bit run there to the end, and we had a couple other like maybe 10 lap runs here and there. But how do the long runs kind of feel, and just how the tire wear kind of faded a little bit in those little bit of a run, and just how do those runs feel?
I mean, there was a couple of times like you said, those 10 lap runs that kind of stood out, that I noticed the car was definitely clicking, and I was hitting all my marks that didn't really. I mean, besides the time with the 22, I think I never really spun by myself, so I got that going for me compared to everybody else. So kind of surprised that on those green flag runs how much better I was. First time I've ever been in this car at this track, so it caught me off guard when I'm passing people and catching cars and outrunning some people. Like that last green flag run where we're running away from the 76, I think Nathan. I thought he was going to run me down because, like I said, first time in this car, I had no business being up there with all that damage. But it was good. The car clicked on everything when those green flag runs were hitting.
Yeah, and you're still able to walk away with a solid P4 finish tonight, pushing off on the way, and for tonight's top 5 run.
I'm sorry?
Sorry. You had a good run tonight, but before you send off on the way, any spots you'd like to thank for tonight's top 5 run?
Oh yeah, definitely. Highside Podcast and JuicySpydr. They're after last week seeing the performance, I guess. we got ourselves a sponsor on the car now, so Highside definitely great group of guys, and I'm proud to have them on the car.
And once again, congrats on your 4th place finish, and sorry for kind of stumbling over my words there, but all good. All good, but congrats on your 4th place run, and we'll see you next week at Homestead.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
That was our 4th place finisher and last week's winner of Hunter Senior, as he was able to back up that win with a solid top 5 run tonight. But overall tonight, it was definitely a caution-filled race, and we had a nice little 15-ish lap dash to the end there, and it definitely came out to be a little bit of an exciting one. But what's your final thoughts on tonight, AJ?
Happy to be here. Happy to be in the booth. I appreciate you guys letting me come in here, and hope to be back. As for the race, I think it was a really good race, and I'd like to see more green flag laps than what we saw, but obviously turn 4 was definitely the trouble turn there. So
yeah, what's your final thoughts on tonight's race, Tal?
Yeah, kind of like we said earlier before the race, it's just about survival, almost about 7 cars in total DNF from tonight's race. We saw a lot of people just hit the wall, spin out, make mistakes, and people who made the least mistake, like Mark Kissenwiller, won the race pretty easily. Vino made a few mistakes, but he rebounded nicely. But drivers that made the least mistakes basically stayed up front for most of the race and didn't really have too much adversity to face here tonight.
Yeah, and you're able, and yeah, just Marcus Weather dominant all night long tonight, and kind of seeing it all. But yeah, it was definitely a fun race tonight to watch, and it's definitely a little bit hard to get through those cautions, but it's definitely great having all of us here tonight with, especially AJ. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll hope to see you back here on a couple shows in the future. But thank you again for joining us today. But and also our great broadcast team, also Talent Drake, and also joined by AJ Huntington and myself, Aaron Brown tonight. But before we sign off here, let's go a little bit of what we got coming up on the schedule here for Legends Racing Network. As tomorrow night we'll have this 5 Points Racing League. They're getting into their season. They'll start race number 2. They'll be for the Turnkey Network Solution Series. They'll be going to Homestead tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And also we'll have Tuesday, Bolt Racing League, Tuesday Night Thunder. They'll be going to Iowa, the freshly updated racetrack there. So that could be interesting on Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have the Wednesday Superstar Art Cup. They'll be going to Las Vegas, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have Friday for the NAR Cup Series Season 5 finale at Kansas, 9:15 Eastern Time. And also next Saturday, we'll have the Bolt Racing League Grand National Series. For their regular season finale, they'll be going to Atlanta at 8:30 Eastern Time. And also, as we mentioned earlier, we'll have the Stampede Racing League will be back next Sunday night at Homestead, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So a lot of fun races coming up here on the network. But it was definitely a fun race here tonight, and Marcus Weather is able to take home the win. But so long here from Martinsville, Virginia, here at the Martinsville Speedway. We'll see you next time on the Legends Racing Network.